Hello students, our today's topic of study is operator precedence parser, which is from subject compiler design in 6th semester. Myself Mayank Namdev, assistant professor in computer science and engineering department SIRT Bhopal. Outline of today's lecture are operator precedence grammar, precedence parser, operator precedence table, operator precedence function and examples. Firstly, we start with the operator precedence grammar. A grammar that is used to define mathematical operator is called an operator grammar or operator precedence grammar. It is said to be operator precedence grammar if it has following two properties. First is no RHS of any production has an epsilon. Means any production or any variable does not produce any epsilon values, and two non-terminals are adjacent in any right hand side of production. Means any variable does not produce two adjacent variables directly. uh, so here we seen an example where E produces E A E, and here we seen that produces two adjacent non-terminal. So this grammar is not in operator precedence grammar, but we can convert it in the form of operator precedence by substitute the value of variable a in this production. So after substitute the value of variable a, we find that this grammar is in the form of operator precedence grammar. So where E produces E plus E minus E, multiply with E, and so on. So this grammars, if we found that any grammar is not precedence grammar, we can convert it in the form of operator precedence by replacing or substitute their remaining or other values. Now we start with the operator precedence parser. Operator precedence, it is a bottom-up parser that interpret an operator grammar. Means operator precedence parser is only designed for operator grammar, or operator precedence grammar means the grammar for which we design operator precedence parser. It compulsory it is operator precedence grammar. This parser is only used for operator grammar. As we studied the various types of previous parser, and we seen that there are no ambiguity or allow, or ambiguous grammar does not used for generate that type of parser, but operator precedent parser allow ambiguity. Means ambiguous grammars can be used for operator precedence parser. There are two methods for determining what precedence relation should hold between a pair of terminals. First method is use the conventional associativity and precedence of operator. The second method of selecting operator precedence relation is first to construct an unambiguous grammar for the language, a grammar that reflects the correct associativity and precedence in its past tree. So we use these two methods for determining the precedence relation between terminals. The precedence relation can be presented in three way: less than, equal to, and greater than. If we have two terminals A and B, and A has higher precedence than other terminals B, then it can presented by A greater than B. Same if A has lower precedence, then it can present it by A less than B, and if A or B have equal precedence, then it can present it like this. Um, as we seen that these relation or these three are also relational operator, but we have presented some different notations. We have used some different notations. We have used dot here. Means just to differentiate the normal relational operator and precedence relation between the terminals. There are some key points which we want to remember, that id has higher precedence than any other symbol, and dollar, as we already know, dollar is used for sentence completion or end marker of any sentence which has lowest precedence than another operator. If two operators which have equal precedence, then we check the associativity of that particular operator. Associativity may be from left to right or right to left. The precedence relation between the terminals can be presented in the form of table, operator precedence table, which can look like this table, where all the terminals which are used in given grammar, including we have used one extra symbol, which is the dollar, which is the end marker of any given sentence. Then the precedence table is between only these terminals, terminal versus the row of terminals and column of terminals, and the precedence relation, which is maybe higher than, less than, or equal to, is uh, presented in this precedence table. We can use these precedence table for apply parsing method of to apply parsing method to validate any string is genuine or legal for that given grammar or not. Here we might take an example where given string is id plus id plus into id, and which is closed by which are covered by these boundary values, which are both are mm, uh, dollar in both sides. So we have used some principles, basic principles to apply parsing. Both end of given input string and the dollar symbol. It means whatever the given string, input string given, we use dollar symbol at both side. Now scan the input string from left to right until the greater than is encountered. Scan towards left over all the equal precedence until the first leftmost is encountered. Everything between leftmost, less than, and rightmost, greater than is a handle. Dollar on dollar means parsing is successful. Means as we discussed in previous parsing method, we use same concept here. We used one stack here, and uh, in stack we use we push and pop various input symbols, and basically it is a set of all terminals which you use here, and input tab which contain input string or sentence which we want to parse or check, followed by end marker which is dollar, and we use parsing algorithm for check scan any given input string. The parsing algorithm for operator precedence parser, operator precedence parsing algorithm can be looks like where we use some input symbol where w is the input string, in which we check a as a current input symbol and b as a stack top. So we use here a repeat until loop. uh, if a is dollar and b is dollar, then return. Okay, then it means if a means input symbol versus stack top both have same dollar and value, then it's true, means string is accepted. Now if a and b related with greater than sign, if a and b related with greater than sign, then push current input symbol a into the stack and move input pointer to one position. Else if a greater a less than b, then pop stack until c greater than b, else error portion. So we use these algorithm to check parsing algorithm to check any string is input valid or not. uh, we apply these algorithm on our given example. So in these examples we have you can use the tabular form to represent our parsing procedure, where the three columns use stack, input, and what actions or remark value or entry we find in the parsing tables. Firstly, in stack we push $, and in input tab we use our input string followed by dollar symbol. So firstly we seen from input type row of stake value and column of input symbol. In dollar versus id we found less than symbol. In less than means we have to push that current input symbol into the stack and move input pointer to one position right. Now stack top is id and input current input symbol is plus, and we find that id versus plus is greater than sign. Greater than means we have to pop current input symbol and check just pop symbol with current input symbol. Then we find this less than sign, then we stop and only just push current input symbol. So after applying these procedure we find that only dollar here, and do not move input pointer to one position in right. So after applying these reduction and reduce operation we find only dollar in stack and in input start from plus. So now we check stack top versus input pointer, and stack top is dollar and input is plus, and we find that dollar versus plus is less than sign. Less than means we have to apply shift action. In shift action uh, push current input symbol plus into the stack and move one pointer, move input pointer to one position right. So plus versus id. Now we check plus versus id, which is less than means again push input symbol, so plus and id include. So we apply these shift and reduce operations continuously until we find stack top dollar also contain dollar and input tape also contain dollar. If we find they both entry dollar in stack and input, then we told that we prove that the string is accepted. So this is the complete parsing procedure to check any given input is validate or not. There is another concept of operator precedence function, as we seen in the parsing table, operator precedence parsing table, which is very space consuming procedure. Which if we have very huge amount of operators, then it is very tedious to store such type of table to accumulate our result or apply parsing procedure. So we use these parsing table to generate precedence operator precedence function table, which is very in very less size. Operator precedence parser use precedence function that map terminal symbols to integer. Now we discuss algorithm for constructing precedence function. Create functions fa for each grammar terminal a for the end of string symbol. Partition the symbol in groups so that fa and gb are in same group. If a equal to b, they are there can be symbols in the same group even if they are connected by the relation. Create a directed graph whose nodes are in the groups next for each symbol a and b. Place an edge from the group gb to the group of fa. Means f represent the row and g represent the column value of our precedence relation, and we on the basis of their precedence values, means less than, greater than, or equal to, we generate a precedence graph, and after with the help of these graph we can calculate our precedence function table. If the constructed graph has a cycle, there no precedence function exists. When there are no cycle, collect the length of longest path from the group of fa and gb respectively. So this is the algorithm to construct precedence, constructing precedence functions. And now we take an example to how to generate a precedence graph, and with the help of this precedence graph we can generate precedence function table. So as we seen in our example, this is the precedence relation table, operator precedence relation table, in which our terminals are connected with other terminals with the help of precedence values. Now we use this precedence table for generate our resulting graph. as we seen that there are four terminals in row and four terminals are column. So all values of f row represented by f, and all values in column represented by g value. Now we connect these values with the help of these precedence relation. If we use f of id versus g of plus, we have seen that greater than relation. So f of id and g of plus is connected by greater than sign. So this is the greater than sign. Now f of id connected with g of plus with greater than sign. So f of id connected with g of star of greater than sign. So we use these values, these precedence values to generate our precedence graph. Now our next task is to generate precedence function on the basis of these resulting graph. Now we the values which are there are two types of node in this graph. First one is the node which is known as the sync node, means which have all the incoming edges, and another node which have the outgoing edges. So we generate first blank precedence function table in which f and g are two rows and all the terminals which are given including dollar as a column. Now for each value or either f or either g, we find the longest outgoing path. So before this we find the node which have the all the incoming edges, which is known as the sync value. So here we seen f of dollar is the that type of node which is known as the sync value. So put f of dollar to 0. Same g of dollar also contain all the incoming edges, so g of dollar also include 0. Now for the remaining values we find the longest outgoing path which covered by that particular node. So for example f of id. So f of id, there are three outgoing path. One is the length of first path is 1, length of another path is 2, and length of the third path is 1, 2, 3. Now we can use some another intermediate node. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we have apply all the possible outgoing path, and which cover the maximum node, which is the value of that particular which you put in this table. So f of id contain 4. So similar we use this concept to generate this precedence function table. Now for the parsing purpose we use these precedence function on behalf of this precedence relation. So the size of precedence table is this, can replace by this value. So we have seen here the size of this table is 4 cross 4 is 16, and this is 4 cross 2 means 8. So by the use of this method we can reduce the size of our precedence relation table. Okay students, thank you very much.